Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Nick Cannon here, and I'm actually sitting here with an inspirational friend of mine that, we're gonna introduce to everybody.
My name is Marcus Johnson from Nashville, Tennessee.
Tell me a little bit about your upbringing.
When I was 3 years old, my mom and dad, they got a divorce. And I don't think it really just hit me a lot until I was growing up without that father figure in my life. In my neighborhood, it was still some kids that was some bad influence, and I felt myself starting to fall into that peer pressure. My mom wanted to get me into something that was going, some people or some black role models that was going to be in my life so I could look up to some men. So she got me in a program called Tennessee Aquatic Project when I was about 11 years old.
The Tennessee Aquatic Project and Development Group. It's a group that I co-founded along with a gentleman named Willie Sweet, using aquatics as a way to deal with our young people.
It allowed him to meet positive black role models. It taught him leadership abilities. It basically kept him out of trouble that he would have probably been in if he just would have hung in the streets and had nothing to do.
That program is what basically started all of the things and the achievements that I have today.
You were faced with some peer pressure when you were in your younger teen years and stuff. Tell us a little bit about that.
I was confronted, I was trying to get home, and these dude got out the car and he was like, "Give me your money." And the next thing I know, 3 dudes got out of the car and they started chasing me. And then they caught me, they hit me in the back of my head with a pistol, and then they hit me in the front of my head with a pistol. And so I was just on the ground bleeding. And after that incident, my whole life, I changed.
Now Marcus has achieved everything in TAP that we designed for him. Marcus is now what we call a master scuba diver, a lifeguard instructor, water safety instructor. He's a manager at the pool. So he's done quite a bit through his 7 years in the TAP organization.
Hi, I'm Sinbad. We're here at Tomorrow's Aeronautical Museum, also known as TAM. The museum is here, located here in Compton, where it serves as a flight school for young people trying to fly here in the city. Not only does the school employ young people, it also assists young people like my man, Jimmy Haywood, in changing his life. How you doing, brother?
Good.
Cool, man. Young pilot, look at him. Trying to be shy, but this is a young pilot. Now let me ask you, man, what is the program like here at the Tomorrow's Aeronautical Museum?
Well, you work for your hours to go in the air, and you get the amount of $5 every day you work, and use the money you work for to fly the airplanes.
Oh, they got you working?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, cool, that's good though, man. Makes you smart, makes you pay back your service to the community, right? Let me ask you, man, you were like how old when you started flying? What was your age and what got you interested in flying?
9, and I lived across the street from the airport, and they had an air show, and I came over here and checked it out. Now I've seen free lessons in the airplane, so I went up in the air, and they gave me a free flight around the airport. I came back the next day and asked about the program.
See, that's motivation. Young brother decided what he wanted to do. Now, where did it all start at, brother? Take me to where it all got started.
My name is Robin Peckrave, and I'm the Executive Director of Tomorrow's Aeronautical Museum. We have a lot of kids that come here, all of them with different issues, Most people have issues. Jimmy's been through some serious stuff. His influences, not just his peers that he's with school with, but family members have gone through some serious trials in their life.
My name is Joseph Haywood. I'm Jimmy Haywood's father. I was on alcohol. I was drinking every day. I was drinking when I didn't even want to.
Okay, Jimmy came to live with us when there was an issue with my uncle drinking. I took Jimmy and my brother took Jeremy. Unfortunately, my brother passed away March of last year, and Jeremy is now in a foster home with someone that's not a relative. And he's having problems, but he is about to go back with my uncle.
Now, I also understand now you set the record at, what, 9, 10 years old?
10.
10 years old, flew international.
Yeah.
First black.
Yes.
African American, that's the word they use. I use black. So you're the first black to fly international. Where'd you go?
I went to British Columbia from Compton, California to Canada and back.
Now, did you land? Did you touch down and land?
Yeah.
Get a sandwich?
We got some tea and stuff.
That's cool, man. So now, were you scared?
No.
You weren't scared?
No.
10 years old, just flying?
Yes.
Now, did you go with an instructor? Was there somebody with you? Mm-hmm. But you had the controls the whole time?
Yes.
Landing, taking off, everything? Mm-hmm. Did you fly over water?
Yes.
And you weren't scared flying over water?
No.
Man, you're a bad brother. You're just a bad brother. Now, I understand you did have a scare in your life. There was a time, you know, you almost died. Is that true?
I was at my aunt's house in Lancaster. Me and my brother was out playing in a pool.
His brother got him out the pool. You couldn't even see him, so he fished him out the pool. And they took him to Children's Hospital from Lancaster by helicopter. And he was in a coma for about 3 days. I stayed up at the hospital. They have sleeping quarters for the parents there, so I stayed up there the 3 days until he came to.
You know, after he had the drowning incident, he just wanted to see the whole world, and that's when him and Kenny came up with that idea. The kid's he's got a fire and a passion for life. He really doesn't believe there's nothing he cannot do.
Flying the plane has opened up many doors for him. He's been already recruited by colleges. The dean of aviation over at Michigan University has sent him a congratulations letter and also has stated that he's someone that they would love to have, you know, on their team. He keeps his grades up. I mean, there's no telling where he can go. I think flying has definitely boosted his self-esteem. You ask Jimmy who's his role model and he'll tell you Jimmy.
Our next story attacks the negative stigma that peers and others place on teens employed at fast food restaurants. For now, we'll highlight Jonathan and Augustine, both of whom work at McDonald's. Let's visit one of the most popular McDonald's in the country. It's located in inner city Los Angeles, where Malcolm Jamal Warner has gone to speak with Jonathan and Augustine.
Well, here we are, we're at McDonald's. So, of course, my first question is, what's really in the secret sauce? You could be out selling drugs, you could be banging, you could find other ways, other cool ways to make money. Have you ever been approached about using drugs or selling drugs even?
I've been raised around here, so I'm around it every day. I go to school 8 o'clock in the morning. It's in my face. You can either run with it or you can choose not to. But it's just, to me, if you want to be bang, slang, and do all that stuff, it's basically trying to follow something, not the right thing. If you want to follow something, follow the right path. You know, make money legally. If that's making $6.75 at McDonald's, I can say I honestly earned it.
There's other things you could do where you probably make the double or triple money that you make at McDonald's. But you know that one day you're gonna get caught, and everything you make you're gonna lose in 1 minute. And the thing you're winning right here at McDonald's is you're not gonna lose it. Like in my case, I feel good. Because all that money I'm earning, I feel like I have pride on it.
What would you say to a young person who's on the fence, just straddling the fence between, you know, going down the road of drugs and gangbanging, or being responsible? What kind of advice would you give to that young person who, you know, isn't exactly sure which way to go?
Don't give up just because you think you don't have a future, or like tell them not to experience selling drugs because they know they're gonna get caught one day and end up being in jail. In other words, just being lost.
You brought up the way you brought up. Some way, somehow, somebody taught you to think like that. Somebody taught you the only way you can make money, the only way you can be successful in life is the illegal way, not the right way, not to do the right thing. My thing is, you don't have to always, I call it stuck on stupid. That's basically what you are. You're stuck on stupid because there's something out there in life that got your name on it, but you don't want to do it because you're stubborn. It's easy to switch your mind frame, your train of thought. It's easy to say, yeah, I'm gonna go slang, I'm gonna do this, I'm not gonna go to school. All you have to do is say, I'm going to school, I'm gonna look for a job, I'm gonna provide, I'm gonna do what I have to do to make it in life.
Well, I want to thank you, gentlemen, for the conversation. It's definitely been inspirational to me, and a great reminder to me that, you know what, they're not all lost.